on the Datak. It must be
Light years.
It must be an incredible relief to finally have the show air.
Yeah, we shot the pilot a year ago now, so we're pretty excited to get it out there.
Was there a moment in time where you actually thought they're putting us on? We don't really have a show. They're just
They're just throwing these wigs on us and contact
it's a
lenses.
philanthropic organization just giving us money.
Exactly.
It's the longest radio play in history.
What was opening night like for you? Were you somewhere where you could watch it with friends, or?
I like to watch anything I'm in a darkened room alone, just in case.
I like to watch anything you're in a dark room. Also,
Yes. We all have our crosses to bear. Yes.
Thank you. We have so much in common.
he does, yeah.
I didn't. It was sort of dark, but I was with a bunch of my friends actually, and they brought me Verve Clicquot and Cohiba cigars. Can I say that? Yeah.
You just did?
I just did, didn't I? Yeah. So that was nice.
Beeping you out there, for instance.
And my friend's got a 90-inch television, so it was quite a big.
Insecure chap, is he?
Yes.
And a little red sports car.
You should get
Massive sports
It's a
car,
huge-
really big TV.
huge plasma. Yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So you haven't seen the pilot?
No, I know.
Oh, you
I've
have.
seen
You watched
it.
it?
Oh, yeah, no.
No.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Did
pretty
you watch it
impressed.
with anybody in the darkened room?
I did actually in the end, yeah, but anyway, enough.
Who
about
shall
it.
remain nameless?
We'll find out.
Going from Dexter to this, how much of a transition was it for you? These are completely different shows.
Mm-hmm.
So how difficult was that to make that quick switch?
Well, they're quite complex women. That's what drew me to both of those parts. And also, I played Warehouse 13. I played Helena H.G. Wells in Warehouse 13 in between. So, and she was quite a complex, eccentric woman as well. Yeah, never before have I played somebody inhuman. So that was a challenge, because you want to make these characters relatable for the human audience, but different enough that they can. You know, the audience will accept that they are a different species. So it was really fun to play with that. You know, also as a actress, as a white, dark-haired British girl, I can do, American or Irish, but generally I'm not really, it's not appropriate for me to play characters from other cultures or ethnicities. But now I'm getting to play an alien. I'm a whole other species. So it was really, really a fun challenge.
Another solar system, you might say.
Another solar system. Out of this world, I might say.
Yeah, not a whole lot of research you can do on that,
Well, actually, funnily enough, I did, there was quite a lot of research I had to do on that. Movement-wise, I wanted there to be an otherness to her, so I kind of looked at different animals. There's something quite snaky or reptilian about the way she moves sometimes, or quite cat-like when she's around her lovely husband.
She's a predator.
She is a bit of a predator. There is something quite cold about the blood that runs through her, and also, funnily enough, although I'm not, I'm limited by my own ethnicity and the culture that I come from. In this role, I was able to look at other cultures and ethnicities and use things that would be, socially awkward to kind of European or American audiences, but that kind of might take them out of their comfort zone, but are kind of cultural differences that are, that can cause confusion or misunderstandings or isolation between people from different places. So it was really fun playing with that.
Do you have a dance background?
I do actually, yeah. So
How does that inform the way you move?
Well, I think that Stummer is quite a graceful character anyway, so there's a fluidity to her movement. She's quite athletic, especially in those bath scenes. There's, I kind of, I would think very much about, how I would move.
She's aristocracy as well.
Yeah.
She's been well versed, well
Yeah.
trained, and but who knows where that icy cold, predatorial
comes from or will go.
background comes from, or where it will go indeed.
Yeah.
But
They're
she
quite-
moves.
they're quite okay.
They move very differently. Jamie Stammer on the show, just Jamie was saying there, she's very. The sort of background, the way she researched it was sort of very sort of snake-like and very sort of reptile-like.
I move
Which
up,
is,
I move
which is
on
in a good contrast to Datak.
on a vertical axis quite a lot. You know, an animal would rise up or something. So sometimes when I was acting, I'd kind of, I'd be saying a line and I'd kind of like have to kind of use my stomach muscles to kind of propel me forward. I was like.
And Tony, what do you make of your character?
He's he's not from the same background that Jaime Datak Tarr is from. He's been very fortunate to marry above his caste. He's definitely from, he's from
The gutter.
The gutter. He is. He's from the back streets. Most definitely. He won his way onto the arcs from his planet Casti. He won it in I won't say how he won it, but he did not. He wasn't invited like the sort of aristocracy would have been. They would have been the first people off of the planet, obviously, because it was whatever was happening to our planet.
But really, in a way, he was a stowaway.
Yeah,
it was the highest
definitely.
echelons of society from our planet who were allowed to come onto the ships over to planet Earth, and he ended up kind of sneaking through.
But they would have had their servants and so on. Not that Datak wasn't by any means that. He's definitely from the back streets, from the pages of a Dickens novel, as it were. And he's a survivor. He's most definitely, he'll do anything within his means. It's not, people say, is Datak evil, and I say, no, he's not evil. It's society's problem, You made me what he is today, Like many people, unfortunately.
How actively, if at all, involved are you in the gaming convergence of this?
Soon to be a huge part of it.
I'm
hoping anyway.
My character's not a warrior. My character is I'm a lady, and sometimes in the show I almost feel like I'm in a period piece because I come from a very repressive culture. I come from the upper class of that. There are certain constraints socially on a woman because of my gender. But what I would say about the game was, for us, the game, they've been working on it for 5 years. Triumph has been working on it for 5 years, and it meant that whenever we had a question, there was always an answer. There was a person, and their job title was mythology coordinator. There was this amazing artwork, and when you look at these games now, sometimes it takes you a beat to realise you're not watching film. The grass is blowing in the wind. It's really so it enriched my world, even though I'm not in the game. But I think Datak will be in the game.
You're not a
he's
presence in the game at all?
Not right now.
Okay.
Neither of our characters are, but...
Our species is.
Yeah.
But we're kind of busy in Defiance right now. But who knows that at the end of the season, you might find us.
Well,
doing-
Michael
Have you been
Mankin had a
tempted-
Bible on this thing 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Have you been tempted at all to go on and play?
Oh yes. But I was saying to Tony, the thing
yeah.
that makes me a good actress makes me a terrible gamer. I'm not cool, calm, and collected. I get very emotionally invested in the game, and I get very, very anxious, and I kind of have to stop and kind of walk around a bit to kind of chill out. So I'm not the best gamer.
I mentioned Michael Mankin. Was that how you transitioned from Warehouse 13 to this?
No, I didn't work with Michael Nankin until Defiance. He worked on Battlestar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he worked on Warehouse 13.
No, but I I did work at the
Or was
folks
it
over at
David Simpkins?
SyFy. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Did
have you been tempted at all to go on and play the game?
I've already played the game a little bit, actually. But it's to talk about gaming. It's quite funny. I don't know if I should say this, but I did Call of Duty. I did one of the characters in Call of Duty, and I didn't know this, but I've actually worked with Jamie's father.
My father plays Captain Price.
Plays Captain Price in Call of Duty, and I
Duty.
played a guy called Baseplate, who was actually, the guy said to me, "Okay, Tony, now here's the character you're playing. You know Billy Murray?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, he's Captain Price. You're basically playing his boss." And I'm like, "Really? I'm playing his boss?" Yeah, you've got more experience. Now I'm working with Jamie, so I've played the game. I have it back at my house. I'm trying to spend some time with my wife right now, so I'm not.
You're trying not to suck at it.
So I'm trying not to be rubbish at it, but I think Jamie says about the games. I think both Datak. It's interesting what we've done already in the show. The first 13 episodes that we've shot, everything that we do within it influences the writing. I think the way we play our characters, they're like, oh, that's interesting. Let's do that for Jamie or Stephanie or Grant or Amanda or whatever. And then I think with the game as well, I spoke to the guys in New York recently, and they said that all going well, that Jamie and Tony, Datak and Stammer will definitely be adorning the motion capture outfits, and we'll definitely be just because you're an aristocracy or an elegant woman doesn't mean you can't pull out your little
I'm
shiv
I'm
and give someone
talking
a
to
good
the
stab.
show creators that maybe I should have a secret power. But anyway,
there's
I should have something. I should be like.
there's so many possibilities, like Michael and Kevin Murphy have talked about that. That you've had this world created, and you've got this. You've almost got this beautiful sort of painting that's got a few sort of outlines on it. But now we get to start filling that painting in. And the thing about it is, because it's a new world, new rules, as they say, we can do whatever we want.
Well, that's what's so
that's
exciting
what's gonna
about
be interesting
sci-fi.
about
The sky's the limit.
broad strokes.
It's
now,
really.
Now, both of you have worked in the States before, but now that the series belongs to you, are you moved here lock, stock, and barrel?
I've been here for 10 years now. They haven't kicked me out yet, so no, not yet, I say. But one doesn't want to. Someone once said to me, "How many optimists does it take to change a light bulb?" And I said, "Well, who says it's dark?" But at the same time, you never know. But I love it here, and Jamie, it's great that there's quite a few Brits in the show. There's Australians, Americans, but it was great that Jamie was Stammer, because I think we've got a good chemistry. You probably can't tell
It was
the
funny,
chemistry
actually,
on radio right now.
I have been in America for a while now, and I work predominantly with other Americans. And when Tony and I met, there's just something about working closely with people who come from the same culture as you. We've just got different points of reference. We within 5 minutes of knowing each other, we were slipping into silly accents and telling bad jokes, and everybody was asking us how long we'd known each other, and we were like, no, we just met 15 minutes ago. So it's been a real pleasure to work with Tony.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you
guys.
you've been here for 10 years. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 5 years.
Yeah. So obviously you're gonna stay. You've been your natives now.
I'm pretty happy here.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky.
Thanks
Nice to
very
meet you
much.
guys. Thank you very much.
you.
And is
Thank
evidenced
you.
by